A former Pasco police officer who is accused of killing a Spokane woman 35 years ago is back in court, and prosecutors believe they do have enough evidence now to convict him.
And we are hitting record highs on this first day of December in what is going to be one of the warmest December days on record across the inland Northwest.
All right, and speaking of the first day of December, here's a way to welcome in the holiday season. The Nutcracker back at the Fox Theater. We'll be giving you a preview of what to expect this season. Hi everyone, and welcome to KREM 2 News at noon. It is good to see you. I'm Laura Papetti. And we begin with this. A former Pasco police officer accused of killing a Spokane woman 35 years ago in court. The murder charge was dropped due to lack of evidence at the time, but now Richard Aguirre is back in court because prosecutors believe they now have the evidence to convict him of that murder. He does face first-degree murder charges for the killing of 27-year-old Ruby Doss back in 1986. In opening arguments yesterday, the prosecutor explained the labs at the time did not get a DNA match from the condom found at the scene. But years later, another lab ran the DNA through this system again, and that's when the DNA, they say, was matched to Aguirre.
Ding, 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 a match.
Spokane County prosecutors believe they now have the evidence they need to convict him. The prosecution explained to the jury in 2014 that Aguirre's DNA came through a database. A month later, that DNA turned out to be a match, and he became a suspect in Doss's death. Aguirre's defense attorney told the jury he believes she was in a fight with a customer. He says the DNA found on her was not Aguirre's.
Never found any of Mr. Aguirre's DNA on Miss Doss, although they found DNA from numerous other individuals.
He also argues there is proof that Aguirre was not in the country when the victim was killed.
You will see an exhibit that says Richard Aguirre was in Korea at the time of Miss Doss's death. A certified copy of military records.
And this afternoon, the state presenting various photos and videos police took at the crime scene back in 1986. It showed night and daytime views of the area, along with multiple items found not far from the victim's body. The state already called on 3 witnesses, all of which were Spokane police officers or detectives who investigated the case back in 1986. The prosecutor will resume witness testimony sometime today. And for more information on this trial, just text the word trial to 509-448-2000. We'll send a link with more information right to your phone. All right, we're going to pause and take a few moments now. 12:03, taking a live look outside. We've had a little bit of everything, a little bit of sunshine, some cloud cover. Meteorologist Thomas Patrick, he is outside in the Outdoor Weather Center and can let us know what to expect this afternoon. Hi, Thomas.
Hi there, Laura, and it is warm out here in a word. In fact, at 57 degrees, we have now officially tied our record high temperature for the day, December 1st. It also makes us tied for the 4th warmest December day on record in Spokane, and those records go back to 1881, 140 years worth of data. So it is obviously so warm out here. I even think the wind's not quite as blustery as what they were this morning. We had some 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts in Spokane earlier during the morning hours. Otherwise, it is just going to be a generally breezy day. Between 20 and 30-mile-per-hour winds are expected amidst this warm weather. Our model did just pick up by a degree. Well, it did for a second there, showing a hint of a chance at 60 degrees still this afternoon. 60 would actually tie the warmest December day on record. I'm forecasting 59, and we are right there. We're in the wheelhouse to perhaps have our warmest December day ever. And this is obviously incredibly warm to start off meteorological winter, which always happens on December 1st. Now, the 50s are still going to continue for at least one more day, but we'll show you what to expect even for this upcoming weekend once we are beyond these record-breaking temperatures we're feeling on this Wednesday afternoon.
All right, my friend, thank you. The recount for the Coeur d'Alene School Board Zone 4 seat is scheduled to begin this week. Now, that recount was requested by former trustee candidate Lindsay Swing Rover, who lost by just 24 votes to candidate Leslie Bierke. The margin was not within the state's free recount, But Swing Rover decided the gap was too narrow not to request one. The Kootenai County Sheriff will deliver the ballots to the election office. That'll be Thursday morning. Also happening today, Governor Jay Inslee and Secretary of State Steve Hobbs will certify Washington's 2021 general election results. A brief ceremony will be held at the governor's office in Olympia. That's coming up at 1:45 this afternoon. All right. On a holiday note, it is a tradition for so many people that, of course, did not happen last year. The Nutcracker Ballet is a magical mixture of dance, music, and holiday excitement that is taking center stage this season at the Fox Theater. I had the pleasure of being downtown this morning and get a little update on what's new about this traditional event. The Nutcracker is back after an absence, of course, related to COVID. The State Street Ballet is in town, and we are celebrating everything magical in Christmas. We're here at the Fox Theater, one of the favorite spots, a jewel in downtown Spokane, and the stage will be set. It will be the scene setter for the symphony and the ballet. And I have Cecily McDougall here with State Street Ballet. Welcome back to Spokane.
Thank you. We are so thrilled to be here.
Beautiful time of year. So much of the Nutcracker is about tradition. It's about taking us back to our childhood.
Absolutely.
And we missed that last year. And so let's not dwell on what we missed. Let's dwell on what you have this year.
Absolutely. So this year is actually our 10th anniversary of performing in Spokane with the Spokane Symphony, and we could not be happier to be here. We have a company of dancers representing 8 different countries, and here's Marika. She'll be performing as the Sugar Plum Fairy and also as the Dewdrop Fairy.
She's stunning. As those costumes are beautiful, the dancing, and it's about the music and the setting, and
yes,
it's familiar to folks.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's what's so incredible about seeing a full production is you have the music, the backdrop, the costumes, obviously the artists on stage and in the pit, and it's just this incredible collaboration of different styles and different genres of art that come together to create this huge spectacle. So it's going to be magical. That's the word for it.
It is magical, and there are a few things that are a little different related to COVID, so we just want to touch on those briefly while we're watching Marika and enjoying the dancing and the sparkle. Because of COVID, there will be masks required, and they're asking folks to come prepared for that, but they'll be here at the Fox, and so there'll be so much magic to look at. I want to take a moment and look up at the ceiling, because while the dancing is all happening here and you're enjoying that, even if you take a moment just to glance up, it's like you're surrounded at all times by art here at the Fox. So that's kind of fun. We are also asking for folks vaccination requirements, that you show vaccination or a negative COVID test if you're 12 and over. The kids, however, get to come and be part of the magic and just enjoy the dancing. I'm holding this Nutcracker. I'm clutching it, Cecily, because
we're going to need that
it's
back.
an actual prop. It's called the Nutcracker, so they need it. But it is a quirky story. We were talking about that earlier, but it's one that I think all ages enjoy, and it's familiar for folks.
Yeah, and I think there's something really special for children in the audience. They get to see not only our professional dancers, who we have 2 different dancers playing Clara, who's the lead, but we also have over 60 students from the local Spokane area who have been training since August to perform alongside us. So I think for the children in the audience to see the children on stage, that's a really unique and special experience, and we hope that coming to see the Nutcracker really sparks that interest in either playing the music or creating the sets, the costumes, or dancing.
That's right.
And just inspires the next generation of artists.
Sparks the imagination. We're going to end things by taking a look at Amber. She is a dancer as well here in the Nutcracker from Connecticut and is part of State Street Ballet. And we'll end on her because her costume's beautiful, her dancing's gorgeous, it's all good. And it's beautiful, as you can see, up on the stage. All right, a look at the Nutcracker. 12:09. When we come back, some national stories that we are tracking for you this afternoon, including the Supreme Court hearing arguments on an abortion law that could have implications for the whole country.